Hello, students. Welcome to the 18th session of Quantitative Decision Tools. In this session, we shall try to understand the calculation part of mean, median, and mode. So, the structure of the session is starting from learning objectives, followed by the session outcomes, calculation part, summary, and references. See, the objective of this session is to understand the calculation of mean, median, and mode. So the outcome would be the student will be able to understand how exactly the mean, median, and mode are calculated. So we shall straight away try to understand this illustration. In this illustration, it is said that in a class of 80 students, test was conducted for 140 marks. Calculate mean, median, and mode. So in one column they have said marks more than, and the other column it is the number of students. So this has to be converted into a class interval. So how is this class interval constructed? Here they say marks more than 0, 20. So I can have a class interval of 0 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, and so on. And the last class interval will be 120 to 140. Since in the question it has said that test was conducted for 140 marks, so the final class would be 120 to 40, 140. Coming to the number of students calculation, here they say more than 0, 80 students, more than 20, it is 76. So for the class interval 0 to 20, it will be 4. So it is 80 minus 76. Similarly, for rest of the classes, the frequency will be calculated. So it is said here how they are converted into class interval. So for the first frequency, it is 80 minus 76. Next, it is 76 minus 50, 26 for 22, 40. Likewise, the class interval is constructed. Now, we shall apply the step deviation method formula. First column is the class interval followed by the frequency, and next you need to identify the midpoint. Midpoint is the upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. So 0 plus 20 divided by 2, I get 10. Similarly, I calculate midpoint for all the classes. Next, it is deviations, that is d is equal to m minus a. M refers to the midpoint, a refers to the assumed mean. So 10 minus 70, I get 60. 30 minus 70, I get 40. Similarly, I calculate d for all the classes. Next, it is calculation of d bar or d dash. D dash is equal to d minus c. D is already calculated. C refers to the class interval. So minus 60 divided by the class interval is 20. So minus 60 divided by 20, I get minus 3. Similarly, I calculate d dash for all the class intervals. And in the final column, I multiply frequency with d dash to get ft dash and take the summation sigma ft dash. Now I'll apply the formula mean is equal to a plus sigma fd dash divided by n into c. A is 70 plus fd dash is minus 56 divided by n refers to the total of frequency, that is 80, into c refers to the class interval, that is 20. So if I simplify, finally I get mean is equal to 56. Now I need to calculate median. So for the median calculation, I need to have a third column, that is cumulative frequency. By adding the frequencies, I'll get the cumulative frequency. The first cumulative frequency will be the same as it is the frequency 4, and next for that 4 I need to add 26. I'll get a cumulative frequency of 30. Next for the 30 I'll add 22 and get the cumulative frequency of 52, and I go on doing this till the last frequency. Now I'll apply the formula n by 2th item. Since it is a continuous data, n refers to the number of total of frequency, that is 80 divided by 2, I get 40. Now I'll try to identify where 40 comes. So coming back to this class cumulative frequency, 40 comes between 30 and 52. So the next 30 and 52 class interval is marked in bold, 40 to 60, and the frequency is 22. So 40 comes in between 30 and 52 in class cumulative frequency. corresponding class after 30 is 40 to 60. Then I'll apply the formula. Median is equal to L1 plus n by 2 minus Cf divided by f into I. Median refers to the median is equal to L1 is 40 plus n by 2 is 80 by 2 minus cumulative frequency is 30 divided by 22 into class interval is 20. So if I simplify this, median is equal to 49.09. Coming to the calculation of mode, I need to first prepare a grouping table. So grouping table is a 6-column table where the first column will be the frequency, second column will be the summation of frequencies in group of 2 starting from the first frequency. 4 plus 26 I get 30, next 22 plus 10 I get 32. And coming to similarly I do it, 9 plus 6 I'll get 15. Since the last frequency is 3, there is no next frequency to do group, so I stop there. Coming to the third column, it is a grouping of 2 frequencies leaving the first frequency. So 26 plus 22 is 48, 10 plus 9 is 19, 6 plus 3 is 9. Coming to the fourth table, it is the grouping of frequencies in threes starting from the first. 4 plus 26 plus 22 I get 52, 10, 9 and 6 I get 25. Coming to the fifth column, it is grouping of frequencies in 3 leaving the first frequency. So 26, 22, 10 I get 58, 9, 6, 3 I get 18. In the last, that is sixth column, it is grouping of frequencies in threes leaving the first 2 frequencies. So 22, 10 plus 9 I get 41. After this grouping table, I need to round off the highest in each of the columns. Next, I prepare an analysis table by considering the corresponding x value of the highest frequency that is rounded off in each column. So when I prepare the analysis table, I get this result, and in this result it is quite evident that mode lies in the class 40 to 60 as its frequencies occur maximum times, that is 5 times. Now I'll apply the formula. Z is equal to L1 plus F1 minus F0 divided by 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into I. Here L1 refers to the lower limit of the median class. L1 refers to the lower limit of the mode class. F1 refers to the frequency of model class. F0 refers to the frequency of class preceding model class. F2 refers to the frequency of the class succeeding the model class, and I refers to the class interval. So when I substitute the values, finally I get mode is equal to 32. Now we shall see this one more illustration for the calculation of mean, median and mode. Here the information is given in the form of less than. Number of days absent is one column and number of students. Less than 5 days there are 29 students. Less than 10 days there are 224 students. Now I need to convert this into class interval. So when it is less than 5, I'll have the class interval as 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20 and so on up to 40 to 45. Now for the calculation of frequency, that is number of students, see in first case they say less than 5 is 29, so 0 to 5 it will be 29. Next 5 less than 10 is 224, so less than 5 is 29, less than 10 is 224. So if I minus 29 from 224, I'll get the frequency for 5 to 10 class. So this is how it is calculated. 0 to 5 it will remain the same, that is 29. For 5 to 10 it is 224 minus 29, I get 195. Similarly for 20 to 15 I need to minus 465 minus 224, I get 241. Like this I do for all the classes. After the preparation of the classes, first I need to calculate the mean using the step deviation method. So after frequency I find out the midpoint, that is lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. Next I need to calculate D, that is deviations m minus a. We assume one of the midpoint as a as assumed mean, then md is equal to midpoint minus assumed mean. Next I calculate d bar, that is d divided by the class interval, and finally I multiply d bar with f to get fd dash and take the summation. Then I apply the formula a plus sigma fd dash by n into c. So a is 22.5 plus fd dash is minus 1261 divided by n refers to the total of frequency 655 into class interval is 5. If I simplify, I get the mean as 12.87. Now continued for the calculation of median, what you are supposed to do is you need to have a column called cumulative frequency. So here in case of less than information, whatever given in the question itself is the cumulative frequency. Then I'll apply the more median calculation formula n by 2th item. I get 327.5th item. 327.5 comes in between 224 and 465 in class interval. So when I go for the corresponding class, I get 10 to 15. Then I'll apply the formula L1 plus n by 2 minus Cf divided by f into I. L1 refers to the lower limit of the median class, and n by 2 is the m that you have calculated. Cumulative frequency is the cumulative frequency preceding the median class divided by frequency into I. Frequency f refers to the frequency of the median class and I refers to the class interval. So when I substitute, finally when it is simplified, median is 12.5. Yes, again here for the calculation of mode, I prepare the grouping table just like explained the illustration 1. The same method is followed in preparing this grouping table, and similarly the analysis table is prepared. As per this analysis table, it is quite clear that mode lies in the class 10 to 15 as its frequencies occur maximum number of times, that is 6 times. Then I'll apply the formula for the calculation of mode as explained in the illustration 1, and I get mode as 11.35. So if I need to summarize, mean, median, mode are the various measures of central tendency. When less than and more than frequencies are given, they have to be first converted to frequencies for further calculations as it is explained in the illustration 1 and illustration 2. These are the references that I have made for this session. Thank you.